Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Friday Favorites and Flops. Hopefully you guys had a great week. I have a few things that I've really been loving this week. I know I posted a favorites for the month of August. These are different products than I included in that favorites, so I figured it would be okay to have a Friday favorites. I'm only going to be doing Friday favorites now when I actually have a significant amount of products to share that I don't feel like are a ton of repeats. Maybe probably twice a month I'll do a Friday favorites and then I'll do like a collective favorites. So I'm really just cutting down like one Friday favorites. I guess so it's not that big of a change. But anyways, a few products that I've been loving this week. So let's just go ahead and get started. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, subscribe below before you leave so you can be part of my YouTube family. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the favorites. Okay, I feel like these products kind of go together with this brush. So I didn't show this brush in my initial Fenty review. I did a Fenty beauty review of a few products on my channel. I will leave that video linked down below if you didn't catch that and you want to hear my thoughts for a girl who has dry skin, because we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But I did try out the foundation, so if you're interested in some of my thoughts on the products, definitely check that video out. But at the time I did not have this brush. I ordered this like as an afterthought. This is their highlighting brush, 120 highlight brush. Now there was like a foundation brush, a sponge, and then this highlight brush in the collection. And I just thought that this was a really unique shape. It's kind of like carved out to really fit the cheek, and I've been loving it. It's so soft. It just picks up the highlight and it just applies it so beautifully. So I use it down the bridge of my nose, on my Cupid's bow, and it just fits on your cheekbone so beautifully. You can kind of drag it up a little bit. So I really like this brush because it's beautiful. Like the handle is pretty, and then I just feel like the shape of it is unique. I typically use like a fluffy highlighting brush, so I just really like the shape of this, and I feel like it's different and unique enough to spend the price tag on it. I think this was like either $32 or $34, which is kind of pricey for one brush, but I fell for it. I fell for it. The highlights that I want to talk about that I couldn't get enough of this week. Now I showed these on my Snapchat, but if you don't follow me on there, it's Mrslolalynn, so follow me on my Snapchat. But I talked about these two Ofra highlights. These are an extension of the Nikkietutorials collection. Ofra highlights, if you have never tried them before, literally let me give you like a heads up. You need to like tap and then tap off, and then you can put it on. They're so extremely soft and pigmented, and like a little bit of product is going to go a long way. Like my inner corner highlight right now is this color in a Glazed Donut. I mean, I wish I could show you the pressure that I'm going to touch this with, but it's like, I don't know how to like show you like how I'm barely touching it or like how much my pressure is, but the product that picked up and then like the product that will put down, like I'm gonna build it up now. Just like that was 3 swirls around, or swirls. Wow, swirls is a swatch and a circle. If you're wondering, we just made that word up right now. I mean, super duper pigmented. What I use this lighter shade for, I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit. It's a little bit too light for my skin to use it as a highlight right here. I feel like it's too brightening to use on my cheeks. So I use it as an inner corner highlight. Literally, I take a brush and I'm like, tink, and then I just put it in the inner corners, and even then I have to blend it out. Like, it is so pigmented. So I really love this one in Glazed Donut. Now the one that I've been using on my face is this one in Glow Goals. I don't actually have it on today. I'm wearing the Pure Cosmetics highlighter in, what is this one? It's just like the highlighter one, Afterglow. But this is what I've been wearing typically all week since I got it. This is in Glow Goals. This color is equally as beautiful. It's super pigmented, but it's more of a, I think for fair complexions, like a very wearable color. It's like a golden peachy shade. I mean, so beautiful. So I'm going to show you like the heavy swatch right here, right there. But you see how it's just like a little bit more, it's less fair, so it's a little bit more wearable, but it's just like this beautiful glow on the skin. Maybe I should just use my highlight brush and like highlight my collarbone or something with it. I wish I was one of those people that my collarbone like just naturally like popped out like that, but it doesn't, because I ain't that chick. but boom, like just like a touch of this is just like the most. On the other side, little girl. Over here, you don't ever get any attention because my hair always is on that side. But you know, this collarbone over here, she's over here stealing the show all the time. Well, she doesn't steal the show because she doesn't really pop out, but we can highlight her and then go like this and make it look like I got collarbones that pop out, you know? But anyways, these highlights, I just love them, and they're so pigmented, and you can use them for eyeshadows or inner corner highlights. They're just extremely versatile. I do have a discount code with Ofra. I'm going to tell you it's an affiliate code, so if you do choose to use it, I do get a portion of that sale. I always like to let you guys know so that you don't feel like I'm trying to like go behind your back or anything. But if you do choose to use it, you will save 30% off, and it doesn't take any money away from you, but it does give me a portion of the sale. So if you don't feel comfortable with that, then don't use it. But I did want to let you know, if you are interested in saving any money on these, you can use my discount code, which is Mrslolalynn 30. But again, it's an affiliate code, just so you know. So anyways, been loving these highlighters and this brush, and I definitely think, like I said, this brush is worth it to me. Just because, I don't know, it's so perfect. It just like fits right here. It's just like, it's almost like giving your cheek a hug. I already talked about this brush and I was done with it, but I don't know why I'm coming back to it. But anyways, these two highlights, they're incredible, and like I said, super versatile. You can use them for inner corner highlight, highlighting on the body, highlighting wherever you feel like you want to put some highlight. A blush that I cannot get away from, I just think these are some of the most kind of overlooked and not talked enough about blushes in the makeup world, but these Laura Geller baked blushes are so beautiful. They give a glow to your skin without emphasizing texture. They just give like a really nice sort of like lit within type of a glow because of the way that they're a baked product and the way that they apply. This is in the shade Sunswept, and I know that you're thinking, hey, we're in fall now, but this has like pinky bronzy tones to it, so I think it kind of still plays well with coming into fall. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks right now, but I can't get away from this blush color. I probably have too many swatches on this hand, but it's just a really beautiful like bronzy rosy shade, and I love it. I can't stop wearing it, and I think it complements if you put on a bronzer. I don't think it looks like too much. It just is that like extra like, oh, she's kind of glowing and she's bronzy, and you know, you could transition, like, I know I'm not wearing like a very fall eye right now, but you could transition doing like a fall and like a berry lip and get away with this blush color. I mean, so many different colors. If you're not going to pick this one up, check out the blush line. If you're in Ulta, swatch them. You'll fall in love. Like, I feel like there's going to be a shade for everyone in there, and if you have more mature skin, they do sit super nicely on your skin. I'm letting you know, like, I have texture on my cheeks, and I don't find that they emphasize pores or get splotchy. They just blend in really well and sit really well on my skin. So there's that for you. Okay, I have been playing a lot with this palette. This is an expensive Natasha Denona. It's her new palette, the Lila palette. I've played around with it a ton after I did my initial review. I've used a bunch of the colors. Let me just tell you, this is such a pretty palette if you're like a purple eyeshadow lover. It's very, very beautiful. The eyeshadows have longevity. They will wear all day without being broken up or crusty, but like, you know what I'm talking about, without being broken up or like crinkly. What's the word I'm looking for? Creased. Wow, Laura, get it straight. Today on my eyes, I'm wearing this shade right here, which is just this really pretty soft pink shade. I did a full video on this, but I have this color in my crease. And then this shade is like smoking out my lower lash line, which is so beautiful. So I have that shade, and I mean, just all of these shades are so pretty. You could get a really pretty fall look with this kind of quad right here, or these shades right here. So I feel like this does transition into the fall. It's just a really beautiful purple palette. I think it's worth the money, especially if you are a lover. I have too many swatches, but if you're a lover of purple eyeshadows, that's what's on my lid. I think that you would really like this palette because it has so many great like violet tones in it, but it also has some of those coppers and I mean, obviously this shade right here, I did a look already with that shade. So I just really been enjoying this palette, but I wanted to speak to some of the other shades that I have used since my original review, and also the longevity and the wear of this particular palette, because I know from palette to palette sometimes the quality can shift a little bit, but I'm here to let you know I have the Star palette, I have some of the Pan palettes, but the new formula palettes, I have the Star palette, I have the Sunset palette, and now this palette, and all the formulas are incredible and they're long wearing, so it really does hold up to the $129 price tag. But yeah, I've been really loving this and playing around with it, so it's definitely recommend the palette if you have the money to put towards it. If it's something, I mean, a lot of people can have the money for something, but it's whether they choose to use it on an eyeshadow palette or not. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say like, oh, if you have the money, because plenty of people have the money, but they just aren't gonna put $129 down on eyeshadow. You know what I mean? But if you have the funds and eyeshadow is something that you really, really love, and purple is a color you really, really love, letting you know the quality is there. So that's just what I wanted to say about the Lila palette. Okay, one last favorite. I love this gloss from Fenty. I'm just gonna kind of throw that in. This is the Fenty Beauty Lip Gloss Gloss Bomb. Oh, this color is like so beautiful. It's like this bronzy, I'll put a little bit on. It's like this bronzy shade, and it has like some shimmer in it. It smells like peaches. It's peach and vanilla is what it smells like, but it smells like something like Lip Smackers peach lip gloss is what it smells like, or lip chapstick is exactly what it smells like. So if you were like a Lip Smackers person back in the day, like I used to collect all the Lip Smackers and line them up on my windowsill in my bedroom, and I had a friend and she stole my Dr. Pepper, and I'm still not over it. I'm like, why would you steal my Dr. Pepper? Like, I probably would have given it to you if you asked me, like, why you gotta steal my Dr. Pepper? I found it in her room and she was like, no, that's my Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, but it has my name on the back, because I signed my name on the back of like all of my Lip Smackers, like a really big loser. But I guess I was like super territorial. I was like prepping for the day someone tried to jack one of my collection. Anyways, this smells like the peach one. So if you are an old school Lip Smackers fan, you'll like the scent of this if you like the scent of the peach one. Okay, let's go into flops. Now, I told you I did try the Fenty collection, and I did give you guys a first impression review of the foundation, and I wanted to give you a backup opinion now that I've tried this foundation for over a week in multiple different ways. I'm not going to say I hate this foundation, but I cannot get it to work for me. It is one of the worst looking foundations on my skin that I've seen in a while. I have normal to occasional dry skin, and I'm going through a little bit more of a dry skin bout. I have a little bit of some texture issues and obviously some pores on my face. When I put this foundation on my face in the initial review, I was like, no, this is in the shade 200, by the way. This is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I've tried this with exfoliating my skin, super hydrating moisturizers, smoothing primers, hydrating primers, smoothing and hydrating primer. I've tried it with adding an illuminizer to it, adding more of like a lotiony product, adding a drop of oil to it. I've tried this foundation with a brush, with a sponge, all different ways to apply it. I cannot get it to work on me. Every single time it emphasizes my pores, it makes me look older, it clings to dry patches on my skin, it clings to every little tiny texture that I have, and just makes it like, hi, I'm here. Every wrinkle I have that I didn't even know I had, it's like, oh hey, we're right here and we settled right there. I've used only one pump, I've used 2 pumps, I've tried everything. I've tried layering it, I've tried only using minimal amount. This foundation just does not work for my skin, and I want to let you know, if you have dry skin, this might not work for you. It is super duper matte and it dries really quickly. It also oxidizes. I don't like it at all. I love the bottle. I love the fact that she has 40 different shades, but for my particular skin, this is just an absolute no-go. It makes me look 10 years older than I am, and not only that, I don't find it's long wearing for me particularly. At the end of the day, I looked at my face and I was literally like disgusted. I was like, it was broken up all around my nose and it had like chunks of the foundation just like sitting there in clumps, like broken up. Like it, I wish I would have gotten on Snapchat or like taken a video and showed you guys, but I'm taking this back. It was so horrible for me. So I just wanted to say absolute flop. Absolute flop. There are so many other products that I loved from that line, but this just was a miss for me and my particular skin. Okay, everyone, that is it for my Friday favorites and flops. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful week. Please leave your favorites down below. You know I love to hear them. And subscribe before you leave. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Hit the notification bell. That way you are notified of all of my future videos. And thank you guys, I already said that, for watching. I really do always appreciate it, and I always appreciate all of your comments. I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.